ladies and gentlemen. Hi, 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 hi. This is Christelle Martinette. I'm trying to find good lighting, and I've got some really interesting stones here with me, and I'll try to see if I can get you to see them really well. Before I begin, I'm scrying for the full moon period, so this is the 1st of March, from the 1st to the 5th, that I'll be reading for, I'll be scrying for. And before I start, let me just say I have one more place, either one or 3 places left. I can start the course with another a scrying class. I can start it with another participant or another 3 participants. I need an even number. And just to tell you that there are 3 people, they're all on the East Coast, so you will be on the same page. What I'll be doing in about a few days, I'll be writing to you and putting up a doodle calendar for all of the sessions, and you choose your preference, which will work out. So I think we should be starting by the from mid-March onwards. I'll give it another week. I'll wait till the 3rd week in March as well. So if you're interested, contact me or go to my website and just sign up. Now let me start. This is an interesting, very interesting full moon, because as always you feel it much before. Here I have I think you can see that. I don't know if you could see the glare. This is an apophyllite. Apophyllite. There you go. Okay. It'll be a period that will be very close to 2 or 3 people around us. 2 or 3 people. You're going to see and get in touch with a select group of close relatives, very close relatives. It is a family nucleus that you're clinging to, what you believe to be your family, the people that you can hands down count on, that you trust, no holds barred. And it is the key word here is trust. And this for everything, you know, people to speak up for you, people to vouch for you. But it will be a time that we're going to be tested, whether we're being tested on our talents, our truthfulness, whether we're being tested on our faithfulness. We are being sort of put to the test. We're being put to a test. And since this is how it plays out, since we are so absolutely sure of our talents, of our worth, of our fidelity, there's no problem there. You're not in trouble or anything. This is not, it's not a matter of trouble. But you try to understand, you yourself, we ourselves try to understand the truth at the bottom of what is happening. Why would, let's say, a neighbor concoct a story that that has me, for example, as the protagonist, saying that I robbed something from their home, you know, some wild story, and it seems that for the most part you will be in you know, when I say you, we, I mean all of us, will be in a situation whereby, as I said, we're being tested, but the matter is that you see that just like I have my light here, everyone wants a piece of the light. Everyone wants the spotlight. And the way they get it is precisely this way. By concocting a story, having attention, and we are all so surprised And the delicacy of the situation is this: how do we go about restoring balance in this situation? How is it possible for us to truly understand why certain things have happened? I'm reminded now of a story, any story. I'm not no story in particular. We are young. Imagine that we are young, and we are being cared for by a relative, and you want to hear a story. Please tell me the story. You know, and the story, we're being entertained on the one hand, and we are entertained because it is a story, and on the other, we're part of it. We seem to be painted into the story, no matter how much we want to be apart, you know, away from it. Now, this is an agate. This is a lovely stone. Points of the stone, you could see right through it. And, you know, it's almost as if we think this would make a great storyline. I should take notes here in a diary because this story could be, it's so wild that it could be told, and we could even make money out of the story. You know, you try to make light of things, and it seems that what we have before our very eyes is, and why it strikes us, is that we see imbalance, you know, people becoming imbalanced, and we realize that there's nothing that we can do to restore the balance for them. It's a matter of them trying to pick up the pieces and restoring balance for their own sake. So, you know, we're witnessing, let's say, we're witnessing family members, friends, people you call your inner circle, as being very low, at an all-time low. But then again, you know, I want to stress that it's not a sad, you know, this is not a sad period. But what we are being called upon is to witness. We're being called to witness. It's as if we're on the we're part of a jury, and we're being told that we have to evaluate. We have to give what we think about something, about someone, and we're, you know, many of us are reluctant. You know, we're reluctant. We don't want to go there. We just don't want to be part of that odd occurrence. These stories. You know, this is rhodochrosite, a pinkish stone. Move these. Oh, the salt lamp here. Rhodochrosite. Maybe if you could see that. Let's see. There you go. And it's all consuming. You know, you feel like, okay, let me go into the story, out of the story, let me go to work, business as usual. But then it plays on your mind, you know. There are hobbies. I'm seeing that, and I'm seeing archery, you know, a bow and arrow. There are hobbies that we forget that we enjoy. And now is the time to pick that up. Now is the time to really hit home with that arrow. You know, go and go to a shooting range, or go to where you can use the bow and arrow, and or any kind of, you know, I see a needle or an arrow hitting a haystack. There's something that is being bullseye. There's a bullseye here. Okay, there's a bullseye. Something needs to be indicated. All right, there's an indication that will be emerging. There's going to, something will emerge, and the end of this story, the end of this period, will be seeing us. This is Jade. Will be seeing us, not pitying anyone, but being part of a decision. Okay, we were on the jury, being part of a decision that a person needs either to reorient themselves, they need to find their balance, they need to be realigned. There is some kind of disorientation, and we're starting to see the black lining of a person. Okay, this is a specific person, but it's, again, I want to stress, it's not us. There's someone that is part of a family, or a very close-knit of people. Now, oh dear, let me to get rid of the sound here. And what's interesting about this is that you'll feel isolated. We will be feeling isolated for a time, for the time that it takes for us to gather all the information, to understand, to know exactly what it is that is occurring. Why is that person acting that way? Why are those people concocting a storyline for some, what is the reason behind it? Now, I see this pretty clear in this full moon. And for the many, the luckier ones of us, I'll call us lucky, for the luckier ones, for the people who are not directly in contact with those people, may feel it in other ways. Strange things occur to your computer. If you people come in, and there'll be a lot of hacking. This full moon is going to bring disturbing energy to those who are disturbed. They will be more disturbed, and the people who are balanced and in harmony will have the job, will have the position of viewing others as they act. And it's very difficult for me. For one, I always want to know, well, why does that occur? And I like to get the notion, get to the bottom of things. Why is it that that person did that? Trying to understand. And oftentimes there's really nothing to understand. Unfortunately, because I keep wanting to hear everything and understand everything, but there's really nothing to understand. And it is something that we have to view and we have to experience. And it's also interesting because in our quest, because what we have here is a quest of trying to understand, there's also a the feeling that of distinction. We are able in this way to distinguish ourselves from those who, and those who. Okay, we're able to distinguish ourselves as being more balanced in relation to those who are having difficulty currently, or who are in some way requesting attention. And people who hack your computers are people who want attention. And I like to say that they have nothing better to do, and laughing about it. I understand that it's not easy, but this is that there are all kinds out there, and the world has. Oops, this jade is pretty calming as well. The energies and the dynamics that occur currently are very far-fetched. I mean, even for the novelist's point of view. I mean, even for someone trying to conjure up a hair-raising plot. There's also a series of of steps, I'll call them, a series of steps that we're called upon to take, to enact during this period, almost as if we are, this is picture jasper, this is brown jasper or picture jasper. You can't see it here, but in a light, especially the light of day, it's a brown and it looks like brown and clear at the same time. It seems like there are layers here. Very powerful stone, very grounding stone. It seems that we're called upon to take steps in trying to come to terms with what is occurring, but also what happens inevitably in this period of time is that we say never again. Never again will I. Never again. That won't happen ever again. That will never again happen. It will never occur again. And whatever that may be, I will never go there again. I will never become involved again. I will close the door forever. I will, so there's a lot of decision making here, but it is done as a matter of steps. And the door is open. The door opens with this full moon on the 1st, 2nd, depending on where we are. The door is opened to a new set of people, a new a group, a nucleus of persons that we adopt as our family. We are moving toward a new family. It is a cycle that brings a close, as if it were a lifetime closing, and then a new lifetime begins in this sense. Precisely in this sense, going back to people that were part of your past, part of your a very important past, loved ones, real loved ones that you never ever will forget, and bringing them back to remind you of how it was. Okay. And coming to getting a family again, family of friends, more so than relatives. I'm seeing here that the family nucleus is taking a back seat to from here on in for us, and our friends will play a prominent role. We will have. Let me just take this delicious. I will call it a delicious. This is citrine, and this, I have to say, I always say this is my favorite stone. So our family takes a back seat to those who we call our friends, and we adopt as our new family. What is interesting for me to see? Let me put that down a second and watch it from here. There it is. Okay. What is interesting for me to see is that the new people that I say a new group, but it's not a new group. We take a sampling of friends from various moments in our life, and we bring them close. And we bring them close even in a way, even in an internet way, a virtual way, and we feel so much closer to them than ever before, and even more so than the people that we do surround ourselves with, who we are surrounded with. And I almost see ourselves going not in circles, but widening, a circle, widening from a very tight-knit nucleus to a wider circle, and then back again, and it becomes a cone. It becomes cone-shaped, like this. This is a bloodstone. You can see the red, hopefully. It becomes cone-shaped up, and then it comes down. What's odd for me, what's odd for me as a reader is seeing, because what I'm seeing is the movement and the evaluation, us sitting on a jury and trying to assess, is a shift in mood. It causes us to constantly shift moods this period, this 5-day period. We're shifting to and fro, from, to and from. And, telephone calls made out of the blue, you know, you're driving in your car, someone else is driving, and you're in the passenger seat, and you say, oh, well, let me give that person a call. Out of the blue, oh, here I am with Mr. X or Miss Y, and I just thought of you. I thought I would like to hear your voice, and that's it. Pleasant, very pleasant like. And it's an expansion of wings. There are wings, little wings expanding here, but we are still caught in this change of family nucleus and substituting them. It's like playing chess. One gets away, another one comes, and it's interesting. It's very interesting to see this, because you ask yourself, and like I ask myself again, why is this happening? And the moon is a full moon, and the moon is, as I say, sometimes everyone, you can go into YouTube and watch everyone who reads for the full moon, new moon, and what they will say is, you'll hear that the moons hide things in the car, the tarot card, the moon hides things, okay? And that's a metaphor as well. And when when something is hiding, is it really hiding, or don't we want to see it, or we are thinking it's on the other side of the moon and that's why it's hidden? Okay. So there's a lot of questioning. There's a lot of questioning we're asking ourselves. Well, why? Why is that happening? Is that happening because I need to expand my inner circle? Is it happening for me to gather further awareness? And there's an awareness raising period that is like none other with this full moon. A very heightened sense of sensitivity that that emerges in these 5 days. We will talk about that more. I would be interested in knowing what happens to you. Write to me under the video and let's hear about your experiences these days. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see if I can. Namaste, ladies and gentlemen. It was a pleasure. Until we read together again. Remember, those who want to sign up for the class, do that so we can get the show on the road. Bye-bye, everybody. Bye-bye. Welcome, new subscribers. Hi, old subscribers. Bye-bye.